That boy Saquon went crazy last night, ain't he? Hey, Todd Monken, John Harbaugh, do not forget about our guy, Derrick Henry. We don't care. Remember him, man. And you know what's crazy? I thought after the game last night, watching Saquon Barkley just go absolutely crazy, I was thinking, oh boy, Derrick Henry probably way behind him in rushing yards now after the performance last week. And you mix that with what Saquon Barkley just did. But Derrick Henry is only 207 yards behind him. That's it. Just 207 yards behind him. So I'm like, man, Derrick Henry done had some games where he certainly was not featured as much. So that just goes to show you how great he's been for the Baltimore Ravens, and he hasn't even reached his full potential. But anyway, somebody who needs to reach their full potential is the Baltimore Ravens. And right now, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the playoff picture as it currently stands right here, right now, and let you know just how close it is. Let's take a look real quick. So, obviously, Kansas City is at the top. They currently, things could change, but they currently have the number 1 seed. And then Buffalo's not far behind. They're only 1 game behind. Buffalo really only lost 2 games. That's crazy. One of them to us, of course. But anyway, then you look at the Houston Texans. They are not looking like a strong team. They look like they're falling apart by the second. And then the Chargers, who we obviously play tonight, so we could possibly flip-flop with them. And then there's us. Hey, they go to Baltimore Ravens. And then right under us is the Broncos, who we did beat handily, but they did miss some throws that would have changed the game. But anyway, we took care of business. So when you look at this, especially 4 through 7 right now, it's teams that things could change really quickly. Everybody is so close. So, and then you even look at the Dolphins, you look at the Colts, the Bengals, like a couple things could go their way and they could go on a little run and they could be right back in the mix too. So it is very important. It just highlights the importance that of every single one of Baltimore Ravens' last games. Like, you can't be slouching, man. You cannot come out weak. You can't come out soft. You cannot come out with the funny business, man, because you mess around enough. Like, I don't expect it to happen, but it's possible. You mess around enough, then you could be on the outside looking in, and we would certainly not want that to happen to this Baltimore Ravens team, because it would be such a waste. Now, we know it's getting ready to be December, and the Ravens, they usually be doing their thing toward the end of the year. They usually go on these nice little runs and whatnot because things really start coming together. We know last week a lot of stuff fell apart for the Baltimore Ravens on offense and special teams, but with the defense, this is such a big game. This is a big game for all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. It's Monday Night Football. I know I've been seeing a lot of Ravens fans say, a Jackson 6. And that would be great. Like, I wouldn't complain about it. I would love it. We would all love it. So we'll see. But it is Monday Night Football. We know Lamar be going crazy after a loss, especially like that. And on Monday Night Football, too. So it's just a recipe for success. And another thing, when the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, I don't know what it is about them, but when they go up against the defense, well, minus the Pittsburgh Steelers, but that's a little different. But when they go up against a defense that's known to be one of the best defenses in the league and whatnot, and it's like, oh man, this defense is so amazing, and they usually are. But in those games, a lot of times the Baltimore Ravens, they really turn it up, man. They really do. But regardless of how the game goes tonight, Ravens just got to win. They really got to win for so many different reasons, for playoff seeding. So the Chargers don't troll us with their social media team, because their social media team is probably the best in the game. They really are. Chargers, they are so creative. They are consistent trolls. They don't care. They be on it. So shout out to them, but we do not want to see the Baltimore Ravens getting trolled tonight after that game. We want to be able to do the trolling. So Ravens, just go in there and take care of your business. But then again, on a more serious note with the playoffs, right? Again, everything is so close. It's very, very top heavy with KC and Buffalo. But after that, everything is up in the air. Like, even you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they sitting at 8-3. They the number 3 seed right now. They're 8-3. But the Ravens, they mess around and win this game. And shout out to the Browns for beating them the other night, because that helped us out a lot. But if the Ravens mess around and they could win this game, you got Philly next week. You can catch Pittsburgh. The Browns have allowed you to possibly catch Pittsburgh. You pretty much got to win out. And obviously, they're going to face the Steelers in a couple of weeks again on December 21st, I believe. So, like, everything for the Baltimore Ravens is right in front of them. But it's just a matter of them taking care of business, like straight up. And I mean, we could easily say that about any season, but with this one, like last season, Ravens were rolling. Last season, we done already matched our total games lost this season, and we ain't even done with the year yet for the games last season. We lost 4 games last year, went 13-4. This season, we done already lost 4 games. Like so, and the 4th loss last season was a game where we didn't even play starters. So we've been playing our starters, and we already done lost 4 games. So how about that? But anyway, the Baltimore Ravens, they are in control of what happens with them. Not necessarily in control of no number 1 seed like they were last year, but if they're going to make the playoffs, they are in full control of that because they're in right now. If they went out, which would be great, do we expect that? I don't know, depending on who you ask. But if they went out, they'd be in. And they would obviously get a high seed because some other team could lose. But if they went out, they'd be straight. But if they mess around and drop, we don't even want to have that conversation. So even with the game going on tonight, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see y'all. Make sure y'all come through for the live stream. And also, I forgot to tell y'all, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn the notifications on and leave a like on the video because it'll be helping out a lot. But anyway, I look forward to seeing all y'all there. Make sure y'all come through. It should be fun. And shout out to anybody that's going to be actually going to the game as well. Let us know in the comment section if you're going to be attending the game live. That should be a lot of fun. I'm sure the stadium's really, really nice too. But anyway, we've reached my favorite part of these videos where we get to feature your questions. If you would ever like to take part in it, you can send me an email at teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Don't send it to the wrong email because from this point forward, I love y'all, but we got and get way too many questions for people to be sending it to the wrong email. So before, I would give a lot of people a pass, especially if it was your first time sending an email or something like that. I can't do that no more because we get bombarded with a lot of questions, which I appreciate. Like last week, this week, it's because it's still like the same time frame from when we got questions. I think we probably definitely had over maybe about 100 questions. And that may not sound like a big number to y'all, but when I look at my email and it's flooded, because first one day it was 50 emails, and then we did a bunch of questions, and then the next day it was like 51 emails. I'm like, man, people send even more emails, and then some people will send a long email. They'll send multiple questions in these emails, and it's not a problem, but I'm just letting y'all know a little background to everything. So it takes a lot to get every single question done. Ooh, boy, it's a lot. So just know that I love y'all. I really, really appreciate y'all. Now, for the Team Keep It Clean patrons, you ain't got to send an email. I still get an email when you send a question, but you send your question directly on Patreon. Send it in a DM. If you would like to become a Team Keep It Clean patron, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. Let's get into our first question. This is a long one from our guy, Derrick, who is a Team Keep It Clean patron, which I appreciate. He said, good morning, Ingraven. I hope all is well with you, my brother. It's almost Turkey Day. Let's pause for a second and just be thankful. Now, with that, real quick, he said, we're all here and well, despite us going through so much trials and tribulation. Yes, in my opinion, it's very important to not just be thankful one day out of the year. Don't do that. Be thankful every single day. Every single day. It's super, super important. Be thankful all the time because we got a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, we get on here, we talk Baltimore Ravens, we talk about, they do this good, they do that bad, they need to improve on this, they do this really good, And that's fun. We love it. But we got to be appreciative just of everything, man. Everything. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm very thankful for y'all. Anyway, he said, let's dive into it. Do you think loyalty is holding the Ravens back? Think about it. If an employee, intern, or whatever, or whomever isn't performing the way they should at a job, they give a warning and time frame, and if standards aren't met, just like in baseball, they're out of here. John Harbaugh, what does he bring, man? I just don't get it or comprehend it at all. Again, looking back, man, the gift and the curse of Lamar's rookie year that saved him his job starting from 2018. Ravens were 4-5 under John. Insert Lamar, and what happens? Ravens beat Cincy, go 5-5 again. This guy is holding the team back. Hardly knows offense the way a head coach does. Gets schooled by Tomlin. The Ravens gave Brian Billick the boot after that impressive 13-3, 60-sack season from the 2006 squad. Sigh. I get it. Aside from the 2000 Super Bowl, we only had 2 playoff appearances since 03 and 06. But in reality, what does John Harbaugh have to show? Only 3 playoff wins since the Super Bowl in 2013. Here's an analogy. I love getting them fresh, crisp lineups, letting my hair grow out to do so. Yeah, that's true. I agree. He said, however, genetics, man, on top of on the top and the crown, I was thinning. I didn't want to see it or believe it. Only thing that mattered was that line in the temples that I wasn't trying to see if anything else around my head was going on. Till my homeboys Darius and Miguel pulled me aside and told me, as your best friend and brothers, let it go because it looks terrible, man. Cut it down a bit to conceal your hair loss. No longer could rock the 3 and 4s and temp phase. Now I'm rocking the O and the 1s and the 2s, and if I'm lucky. But hey, it looks great. That's what it's all about, man. Look good, feel good. Whether you got to get it super low or whatnot, if you get a little low, what? Hey, do your thing. Anyway, he said, now compare that with Harbaugh. Shorter past regular season record looks okay, especially if you want to take it back to 2008 to 2012. But as the years went on, especially in the postseasons, yes, the LJ era, it really isn't that pretty. And Steve Bisciotti needs to be advised and told, just like my boys told me about my hair, let it go. Let John go. Just how I like the results. Now maybe the Ravens will with their next head coach. I don't know. If they will or not, I can't predict the future. Yeah, you can. They will not. They will not let Harbaugh go. You can predict the future in this one. Oh, for sure. You already know the answer to this. But anyway, continuing. He said, but they'll know if they never, or they won't ever know if they try. Because Ingraven, these results are always the same. If we do go to the playoffs, it's either a powerhouse that puts us out, like KC, or an underdog, then John with the same excuse year after year. I believe Bisciotti fears that Harbaugh. I believe Bisciotti fears Harbaugh. Bisciotti needs to channel his inner Kobe Bryant, and he needs to start hate losing the way the late, great Black Mamba did. And if results aren't met, you're out of here. You got to go, man. You're soft like Shaman, like Kobe once said. Your thoughts? He said, I hope the girl, your wife, the dogs, everybody is good. Oh, because you hold Pookie up to the camera one time. You see how big she gotten over the time. I remember when she was a tiny puppy. Whew. Yeah, I don't want her in here right now. She's too crazy. She's very hyper right now. Because she's like a, how old is she? Like 4? She's a golden retriever, but she is, it's like she's just a big puppy, man, because she just loves playing, and which is a great thing. But anyway, Harbaugh ain't going nowhere. he ain't going nowhere. And with Harbaugh, like, again, for me, again, just like last year, everything depends on how this season ends. Last year they had no excuse. This year they still don't got no excuse. Everything depends on how the season ends. Should Harbaugh get fired right here, right now? No. It wouldn't make sense. No, Ravens are 7-4. Got a chance to get back in the playoffs, make some noise again, do their thing, win the Super Bowl, as I expect them to still. But regardless of what happens, Harbaugh is not going anywhere. I know a lot of Ravens fans want him to. A lot of Ravens fans want him to get fired. A lot of Ravens fans want him to be gone, or whether he move up the front office or he get let go. Harbs is not going anywhere. You mentioned it. Ravens are very loyal. They're extremely loyal. Harbs next door neighbors with EDC. He ain't going nowhere, man. Even if he wasn't next door neighbors with EDC, but they're family. They are family. Bisciotti, Harbaugh, EDC, they are family. And with them being family, it can be a gift and a curse all at the same time. But bottom line, Harbaugh is here and here to stay until he wants to leave. Next question came from my guy T. Franklin. He said, what's going on? Appears everything is good with you in the neighborhood. Have you looked at the Ravens schedule in the month of December? Not really, but I mean, I feel like we pretty much know who they play. But anyway, he said all Ravens have 3 games within 10 days, December 15th to the 25th. Yeah, that part's crazy because I believe it's the Texans. Is it the Texans, Giants, and Steelers? I don't know. I forgot. Anyway, he said, how do you think the Ravens should handle the health of the team within the span of that time? Do you think the depth of the team should play more versus the Giants with the Steelers and Texans to follow? Okay, there it is. Yeah, Giants, Steelers, Texans. I think with that, like the Giants game, like, look, man. Ravens don't play with me, man. You better not play with me, boy. Don't play with me, Ravens. Ravens better blow them out. Straight up. I don't want to hear them, you're looking ahead. Stop. Ravens better blow them out. Ravens have absolutely no excuse to not blow them out. And on top of that, that should give you an opportunity to rest a lot of the starters. It has to. Ravens, don't be like the Chiefs with what they were doing to what happened with the Panthers yesterday. Obviously, it's any given Sunday, and I was really hoping the Panthers would pull it off. I was hoping, but they didn't. They almost did though, but almost don't count. But big moral victory for those guys. But yeah, you just gotta go out there and play, man. You got to go out there and play. That is a lot of games in a short amount of time, but you just got to go out there and play. But if they can get a big lead on the Giants, then that can help them rest their starters for the next couple of games and whatnot, because those are going to be some tough games. The Steelers, obviously a tough game, but you at the crib, you should have a nice bounce-back game and finally beat them. Finally. And then against the Texans. Who knows how they're going to be looking then. I mean, who knows how the Ravens going to be looking then. It's about a month away. But yeah, those going to be some tough games. So, You just got to play. How you handle the health of the team, they just got to go out there and play their game. Can't second guess stuff, and just hope that they remain healthy. They should, though, because they've been pretty good about health this year. Next question came from my guy Miles. He said, do you think the Ravens can beat the Eagles next week? Yeah, of course. They an NFC team. So yeah, for sure. And like they got a nice little break because they played on Sunday Night Football, and now we play on Monday Night Football, and we're going to have a little less time to prepare for them than they got to prepare for us. But maybe with less time, Ravens prepare better. Because when they had 10 days to prepare for the Steelers, they came out flat. Well, at least on offense and special teams. Defense, they did their thing. Zach Orr, he was studying. He took them 10 days. He said, look, man, we got to go to work. But the offense and defense, they were like, they were sleeping and stuff. But anyway, yeah, they can for sure beat the Eagles. And Ravens do this. Ravens are such a troll team, man. Because there will be these games with the Baltimore Ravens. It happens all the time. Where it's like, oh my goodness, this powerhouse team is coming to play the Ravens. Oh my good, what are the Ravens gonna do? And Ravens blow them out. Now, am I expecting them to blow out the Eagles? No, not necessarily. But if they did, like, it would and wouldn't be a surprise because Ravens they are such trolls, especially when it comes to NFC teams. So that should be a good game though, because the Eagles, they're gonna be a good game. Anyway, he said, I don't think that the Ravens can beat the Eagles. He said if Justin Tucker can get on track, maybe. But with Roquan hopefully in and Nate Wiggins bench for the game, I think we could. What is your take? Nate Wiggins bench for the game? Hold up. Is that a typo? Next question came from ChefLyfe family. Oh, I ain't heard from you in a long time. Anyway, he said, what's up, Ingraven? It's been a while since I sent in a message. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I was. When I saw that name, I said, whoa, I remember you. Anyway, he said, but always watching to see what our Baltimore Ravens are doing. You're my main Ravens news guy, so when you drop, I drop everything. Nah, you ain't got to do that, man. That ain't really sound too good. But anyway, he said, but listen, he said, Beau Brade, why haven't the Ravens utilized him this season? Could this be another player talent wasted? Keep up the amazing work and blessings to you and the family, good brother. Hey, appreciate you. Now, with Beau Brade, where's he going to play? Because I think he's been on special teams, but where's he going to play? They're not going to start him. They got Kyle Hamilton, and really throughout this, not even just last game, but they've had Kyle Hamilton, Darius Washington, Marcus Williams, Eddie Jackson. They struggle with veterans out there. They're not going to put a rookie out there at the safety position. So they're just simply not going to do that. It would, I don't even want to say what would bring them to having to start a rookie at safety. I mean, you know the answer to that, but they're not going to put him out there like that. So if it was a blowout game, which when the last time we had one of those? It's been a long time, it feel like. But if it's a blowout game, and Ravens just like, all right, this game is really out of reach, then maybe. But they got too much veteran presence in front of him to put him out there. They're not going to just test it out at this point of the season. Next question came from my guy Howard. He said, what's happening in Ingraven? What's happening, Howard? The hardball game is tomorrow night. Well, now it's tonight. And he said it should be a good one, hopefully with a Ravens win. Since it's the hardball bowl, I thought I'd share a few interesting tidbits for the younger Team Keep It Clean fans. I'm 44 years old, and I've been a fan of NFL since the 1990 season. I remember Jim Harbaugh when he was playing, and he played for the Colts that 1994 season when he got the nickname Captain Comeback for winning a lot of big games as underdogs and almost went to the Super Bowl, but lost to the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. Jim's last year as a player was the 1998 season with the Baltimore Ravens. And he said, ironically, that's the first season John started coaching in the NFL as the Eagles special teams coordinator. Facts. Oh, okay. That's a nice little stat. Like that was cool, man. So thank you for putting all of us on. And the last question before I get to see y'all tonight for the live stream for the Chargers and the Ravens, y'all make sure y'all come through. It came from my guy Justin. He said, I don't really have a question today. Just wanted to say that I'm out like Eddie Jackson after playing 9 games and Marcus Williams after getting the bag. Don't do them guys like that, man. Don't do them guys like that. He said, anyway, thank you for all you do. Much love to you and the family, man. Appreciate you, Justin. Now with Marcus Williams, like, look, Marcus Williams, he did his thing. When Ravens first signed him, he did his thing. Like, that boy was balling, man, but then he got hurt. Then the next year, he was doing his thing, and then he got hurt. And then the next year, he wasn't doing his thing, and then he ended up getting his feelings hurt because he got benched.